Also, I wanted to share an incredible new discovery. I'm not usually a coffee drinker, but again, I had this appraisal hearing this morning, and I can negotiate real estate deals and meet sellers, $1 million deals all the time. It's like nothing to me. But I really get frankly very nervous every time I do this BCAT appraisal, and I've been thinking about it, and I really just don't like the power dynamic. It's one of the things that um, irritates me about dealing with politicians and politics in general, is it's an unfair power dynamic, and it's blatantly corrupt in how properties are essentially randomly valued and very inaccurately valued. The whole system is completely unfair. I could go off on a whole rant, but anyway, I need a little pick me up. And I went into QT again. I don't usually like coffee, but I got this caramel latte, and it's amazing. It's so easy. It's self-serve. I'm sure it's disgustingly full of sugar and fat, but try it out. It's incredible. Um, I want to hear. I want to hear from others. Tell me how your protest went. How much you were able to save, how the conversation went. Let's all share data points. That's going to help everyone be better. If you've used a service like Ownwell, I'd love to hear. I can, again, they put me at 3:30, so I'm going to go off topic a little here, and I want to talk about value, because this discussion is very relevant to any seller that I'm working with, and to anyone who's in real estate right now, whether you're buying or selling. And value is not absolute. There's a massive range on it, and it's because a market determines value, and markets are not perfect. Certainly in the real estate market, it's very imperfect. There's this huge variety of what the same home could be worth based off of different factors, and so much of it is so a lot of it's sometimes just luck. It's the market has been fluctuating quite a bit, and there's outside factors we see all the time that we can't control. Interest rates is the biggest one right now. Interest rates caused a crazy bubble, and at this point, I don't use that word in like an impending doom, as a lot of people like to do, that there's a crash. I really don't think there's a crash. I didn't think there was going to be a crash. I thought there was a bubble, and bubbles don't have to pop. I think that's the most important thing to remember. They don't have to pop, but they can. If it's too much pressure, then it deflates, and you can deflate at different rates. You can deflate in different ways, and frankly, I think the deflation we've seen has been very healthy. I think it was stupid to have interest rates at 2-3%. I think if you did that, I think it was a smart move to raise them to 7%, because we've seen, in my opinion, the actual resilience and true strength of this market is that prices have come down, maybe 10, 25% max is what I'm seeing in some areas. And that's pretty rare. Over almost 3 years now of 7% interest rates, a sudden shock. The Fed was trying to put brakes on the economy and brakes on the housing market as was needed. And it took I'd say 2 years of 3% interest rates to pretty much double the market, which again was unhealthy, and like everyone saw what was happening. But it's now been 3 years of 7%, a very high interest rate, that have only lowered it really 15-20% from that peak. And again, to me, that shows a very resilient market. And there's lots of buyers waiting. Payments are doable. We're not seeing a ton of foreclosures. We're seeing some, and frankly, there was a lot of stupid decisions, home buyer decisions that were made during COVID, and a lot of it was, I think, the fault of agents as a whole. I personally was buying then, and I refused to pay an overinflated price. And so that's why, while my home value has come down, it's very manageable, and I can probably still break even, because I knew that paying close to $400 for my home was ridiculous. But if I could get it close to $300, I thought that was a value that could withhold fairly strong, and certainly over 5 years, I feel very confident it'll be good. And that's the other thing. You're buying real estate, like, you want to buy a home, I'm going to help you buy homes every year. But frankly, for it to make sense, like, you should feel comfortable enough, and you should commit that you're going to work towards staying in that home for 3 to 5 years. You do that, even if you look at cycles of the market, you are likely going to come out on top if you can hold for that long. So sometimes you got to take a loss. It's also like not the end of the world. Like any market, if you invest in the stock market, you're going to lose sometimes. If you hold long term, certainly if you're, again, diversify. That's another thing I think people need to look into in real estate if you really want to be successful. I told you that this would be a bit of a rant, but I think it's actually pretty important, and a message I've been wanting to get out there. I think there's a lot of questions people have. I like to really give heart to heart, my thoughts on real estate, and I love it so much. I love just being in the market every single day and understanding it as best as I can. And again, the point of all this is value is value is everything, but it's hard to it's really hard to determine value. Ultimately, the market is going to decide. So, if your property is on the market for 6 months and you're not getting offers at that amount, you're getting offers at an amount significantly below it, that means that's how much your property is probably going to be worth. So you can either leave it, if you want to leave it on indefinitely, that's fine. If you need to sell, you got to be realistic. You got to be realistic with the prices, and you got to be realistic with the price that it's ever going to sell at. This is 20 different conversations right now I'm having with sellers. So this is just me. We got a spam call. We don't need to interrupt this beautiful conversation. But go protest. Call me if you need to sell your home. Listen to my advice. I'll be straight with you. I'm going to show you. It's all just based off of what's actually selling. I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to market it like crazy, as you see. But I've been having great luck, even in this market, especially the ones that listen to me on price. I want you still to make money, but this is not a market to be greedy in. That'll backfire if you do that. So give me a call. Let's get your property sold. Shoot me an email, and let's help you save money on your property taxes.